Okay, this is a new chapter. We have completed two chapters. So this is the third one. Okay, circulatory system. So earlier we discussed first one was excretory system, second was respiratory system. Now this is circulatory system. So what was the most important organ and that is associated with the excretory system, human excretory system? Organ, which organ was the main organ in human excretory system? Can you tell me?
Kidney.
Kidney.
Kidney, yeah. It is the kidney. And for respiratory system, what was it?
Lunch.
From yes, lungs. And for circulatory system, it is the heart.
Heart.
Okay, yeah. So human circulatory system, it is also it. This human circulatory system is also known as blood vascular system. Why blood vascular system? Because blood is the main thing that flows around. Okay, circulates around. Blood is the main thing that circulates around, and the function of the heart is also to pump the blood. So it is also that's why known as blood vascular system. Okay, and the human circulatory system it consists of first is heart, one thing that is heart. Second is blood vessels. What are blood vessels? Can you name some blood? How many types of blood vessels are there?
Two type artery and vein.
Artery, vein. One more. One more. Artery, vein is correct. Yes. One more is capillaries. Right.
Capillaries.
Yes, capillaries. So three types of blood vessels are there. Here it is given network of close branching blood vessels because there are like all over the body you have arteries, veins, capillaries all over the body, right? So that's why it is. So second is the blood vessels. Okay, three types of blood vessels are there. One is arteries, veins, and capillaries. Then there is blood. Third is blood. So the human circulatory system it comprises of heart, blood vessels, and blood. Okay, so first we will discuss about the heart. A little bit about the heart. So this is the structure of a heart. Okay, this is how a heart, human heart, it looks like. And the during when I thought about respiration, I guess mechanism of respiration, mechanism of breathing, I discussed about thoracic cavity, right? If you recall, I discussed about thoracic cavity. So what is the thoracic cavity? The space between the ribs. Farishta, just mute your mic, mute yourself. So the space, what to say, within the ribs, it is known as the thoracic cavity. Okay, the space within the ribs that we already discussed like earlier during mechanism of breathing. So, and within that thoracic cavity is the lungs. Okay, that is essential for breathing, respiration. So, this heart is situated in between the lungs. Okay, just imagine this is the heart. Just imagine this is the heart, and here will be the lungs, one on each side. This side will be one lung, and this side will be one lung. So the lungs will be here, and then it will be covered by the rib cage. Okay, it will be covered by the means surrounded by not covered. It will be surrounded by the rib cage. Okay, this is the what to say position of the human heart. Okay, and the size of a human heart, the size of your heart will be somewhat around the size of your fist. A fist is what you make your hand, the shape of your hand when you want to punch something. Okay, that is known as a fist. So the size of your fist is the size of your almost the size of your heart. Okay, that is the size of a heart. And the muscles that are associated with the heart, those are known as cardiac muscles. Okay, the muscles that make up the heart, all the muscles, those muscles are known as cardiac muscles. So remember this point. And the first point is yes, the heart is tilted to the left. All of you know the heart is a little bit to the left, not in the right, not in the middle, not in the right, not in the middle. It is a little bit towards the left. All of you know that. Okay. Now let's come to the structure. Okay. This is the pericardium. This outer lining of the heart, outer covering. Okay. This outer covering of the heart is known as the pericardium. Outer covering of the heart, it is known as the pericardium, and it is double layered, two layered. Okay, two layered wall, not a single layered wall. It is two layered, and it is known as the pericardium. And what is the function of the pericardium? It protects our heart from external damage. Okay, it protects the heart from any external damage. So this is the pericardium, and inside this will be other fluids which will protect the heart. Okay. Then uh, there are, for human beings, there are four chambers, or in means heart is divided into four chambers, but it differs from like individuals. For human beings it is four chambers, for some other animals it will be like two or three chambers, so it differs. Okay, for human beings there are it is four chambers. So the heart, it is divided into four chambers, that is left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, and right ventricle. Okay, atrium, atrium is a singular term. Okay, plural it will be known as atria. Here it is written atria. Singular is atrium and plural is atria. Okay, it is also known as auricle. Auricle. It is also known as auricle. Okay, so it is divided into four chambers. That is left atrium and right atrium, and left ventricle and right ventricle. Okay, above is the atrium. Here you can see the labeled diagram, and the below it is the ventricle. Okay, then there are valves. What is the function of these valves? Okay, before that, between the left and the left ventricle is a valve. Okay, that is known as the mitral valve. Okay, between the left and the left atrium and the left ventricle, there is a mitral valve. So, what is the function of a valve? In if you have seen the water tanks in your home, the water supply in your home, there are valves there, right? That which you can open and then you can close. If you close it, there will be no water flow. If you open it, then there will be flow of water. Same way, like so. Also, you can take the example of these what to say. These valves, they act as a door. Okay, door, so that they will not allow the flow of liquids from this to this all the time. Okay, only under certain conditions, only under certain times, they will allow the door will open, and they will allow the flow of what to say the blood between these two chambers. Okay, so you can just assume the valve will act as a door. Okay, so that it is closed, it remains closed sometimes, and it remains open sometimes. Okay, and when it remains open, the blood which is in the left atrium, that can flow into the left ventricle. Okay, and when the door is what to say closed, then no flow of fluid or blood or whatever it is, they can happen in between these two chambers. Okay, that is the left atrium and the left ventricle. So just remember that the left atrium and the left ventricle, in between the left atrium and the left ventricle is the mitral valve. Okay, next is the right atrium and the right ventricle. So between the right atrium and the right ventricle is the tricuspid valve. Here will be the tricuspid valve. Don't what to say confuse this. Okay, you have to remember it, that between the right atrium and the right ventricle is the tricuspid valve. Same function. It serves as a door. Okay, so the human heart, it is divided into four chambers. Okay, before that, the human heart is covered by pericardium. Okay, it is protected by a pericardium, that is, it is sort of a membrane that covers the heart and it protects the heart from any external damage. And the pericardium, it is double walled. Okay, two walled, two layers you can say. Then the human heart, it is of four chambers: left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, and right ventricle. Okay. Then the in between the left ventricle and the left atrium is the mitral valve, and in between the right atrium and the right ventricle is the tricuspid valve. Okay, up to here I hope it is clear. Okay, just wait. You can give your roll numbers if you have not. Don't give it the double two or three times. Just give it once. Those who have not given your roll numbers, you can just give it in the chat box. Okay. Then comes this arteries. Okay, this artery and this vein. So, what is the function of this artery and vein? Okay, normally just don't look at this pulmonary artery for just those blood vessels we talked of. So, what is the function of artery and vein? What is the difference of an artery and vein? Artery and vein are blood vessels. So, what is the difference of between an artery and a vein? What is the difference? Do you know the difference between an artery and
Artery carries blood to the heart, and vein carries blood heart to the body organ.
is it?
Yes.
What is the main difference? Tell me about one carries pure blood. You are talking of the pulmonary artery. I'm just asking artery and vein, not pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. Tell me the
One
difference.
carry pure blood and other carry impure
Yes,
blood.
yes. Which one carries pure blood? Which one carries impure blood? Yes, this is true. The difference between artery and
Pure, impure blood, and vein carry pure blood.
no, it is the opposite. Okay, arteries they carry pure blood, veins they carry impure blood in general
Impure blood.
conditions, in normal conditions. Okay,
Yes.
okay, just wait a bit. I'm engaged in this, what to say, this registration stuff, no? So people keep messaging and calling all the time. Just wait. Okay, so I was talking arteries, they carry normally, okay, don't look at this pulmonary artery. Normally, the arteries they carry uh, oxygenated blood or pure blood or oxygen rich blood. So, arteries normally all over your body, arteries and veins are there, right? So, those arteries will carry pure blood and the veins they will carry impure blood. Just remember that. Okay, arteries they carry pure blood and veins they carry impure blood. But it is different for pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. Okay, it is the opposite in the case of pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. For normal artery carries pure blood, right? But for pulmonary artery, the pulmonary artery carries impure blood. This is a little bit confusing. I'll suggest you write it down. For normal arteries carry pure blood, but pulmonary artery they carry impure blood. Okay, pure means oxygenated, impure means deoxygenated. Then same for pulmonary vein also. Normal veins they carry impure blood, but this pulmonary vein will carry pure blood. Okay, so this is the difference between normal artery and pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery is the artery that that goes through this heart, that is associated with the heart. Others, this is the big artery, this veins, they are associated with the heart. Others, they flow all through the body. They are distributed all over the body. Okay, so this is the difference between artery and vein, and pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. Don't what to say, don't confuse it. And if you like, if there might be questions testing your basics. Okay, and the last point, I have written this of all point wise because it will be easy for you to remember. Okay, so a normal heart, it beats around 70 to 75 times in a minute. Okay, in a minute it beats around 70 to 75 times. Okay, so this is all about the heart. This is all about the structure of a heart. How many chambers are there? What is the outer covering of the heart called, and what is the function of pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein, and what are the valves involved? Okay, and they are this pulmonary vein. Okay, there are two more valves, but these are not so important. Okay, this tricuspid valve and mitral valve is the most important. Okay, but there are means at the opening of this pulmonary artery there is a valve known as pulmonary valve, and at the opening of this what to say, this aorta, there is a aortic valve. This is not that important. Just remember those uh, mitral valves and tricuspid valve. This is also an artery. Okay, this aorta is also an artery. This is the main artery that carries blood away from the heart. Okay, this is the main artery which carries blood away from the heart. Okay, this is also an artery. This is the pulmonary artery, and this aorta is also an artery. Okay. So next is the blood. Blood vessels, nothing to discuss. Blood vessels, all of you know that is. Three types of blood vessels are there: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Okay. So next is blood. So do you know tissues? What are tissues? What do you mean by tissues? Hmm? Have you heard of level of organization? Level of organization. Please mute yourself. Roll number 15. DRT. Okay. Can you like have you, obviously you have read it in your HS. If you are not from science stream, then in your school also. Okay. Level of organization. There are 5 levels of organization. That is cell. First is cell, then tissue system, then organ. No, sorry, tissues, then organ system, then organism. Organism is the means what to say, the individual one. Okay. So tissues, what is tissue? Tissue is nothing but a group of cells.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tissue is nothing but a group of cells. So what does level of organization means? That is, first is cells, right? So cell, when a group of cell, all of you know, I have already discussed about cell. So when a group of cells, when there are like numerous cells, they will together form a tissue. Okay, and when this many tissues will together form an organ. Okay, organ means like heart is an organ. Okay, lungs is an organ. So many tissue will together form an organ, and many organs will together form an organ system. What is an organ system? The what to say? The respiratory system is an organ system. The The endocrine system is an organ, so not respiratory system. The endocrine system is an organ system. Endocrine system, we will get to know. We have an extra chapter about endocrine system. Okay, so basically, what I mean is that many cells will together for a group of cells, or many cells, a group of cells, you can say, a group of cells will together form tissue. Okay, and there are four types of tissue. Four types of tissues are there. What are the four types of tissues? One is connective tissue. Okay, one is connective tissue. One is epithelial tissues. One is muscular tissues, and one is nervous tissue. Okay, four types. First one is epithelial tissue. Just for your knowledge and explaining. Okay, epithelial tissue. What is the function of epithelial tissue? Epithelial tissues are, where is it found? It is found in your body linings, in like skins, and the lining of your mouth, and your tubes, your what to say, mm, esophagus. All of you know your tract pipe that goes like ends in the stomach. So the along that pipe and everywhere. Okay, the linings, all the linings, it is covered by epithelial tissues. Okay, linings means outer coverings or linings. It's formed by epithelial tissue. That is first one. Second is muscular tissue. Muscular tissue, all of you know the muscles. Okay, the muscles of your body is formed by muscular tissue. Then there is connective tissue. Blood is a connective tissue. Okay, we will get to know it before that about nervous tissue. The nerve cells, neurons. All of you know nerve cells or neurons. So the nerve cells, they will comprise of the nervous tissue in the brain, right? So the nervous tissue is those nerve cells, and last is the connective tissue. Connective tissues may first thing is that it connects. It connects like one part of the body to the other. Okay, so blood is a type of connective tissue. Blood, since it is liquid, it is also known as liquid connective tissue. Okay, blood, since it is liquid, it is also known as liquid connective tissue. Bones are also connective tissue. Okay, bones are also connective tissue. Then there is cartilage. Cartilage are also connective tissue. What is a cartilage? Bones, all of you know. Blood, all of you know. What is a cartilage? What is a cartilage? Don't know. Okay.
Cartilage is a smooth elastic tissue.
Give me examples. Where is in your body? Give me an example where cartilage is found. Okay.
Airborne nose bone.
Huh?
Elbow nose.
Airborne? Airborne? What? What is airborne?
Elbow.
What is the meaning of that? Okay. If you are a non-veg and if you have eaten a chicken, okay, there are bones, there are flesh, right? But there is a portion that is a little bit white color. crunchy white color. Not supposed to eat that, but some people do. Okay, that white portion, have you seen? White portion, it's like solid. It's tight like the bone, but then it is little bit flexible too. That white colored portion, mostly in the sternum area, the breast area, right? That white portion, that is a cartilage. So in normal term, in like not in scientific term, if I want to explain what is a cartilage, cartilage is something that is in between a bone and the blood. Okay, it is not so hard as a bone, and it is not in the liquid form too. Okay, it is solid, but it is little bit, it is not that tight like the bone. Okay, for example, I'll give, that is your ears. In your ears, what do you think is your ears made up of? There is a skin, okay, a little bit of flesh, okay, but why is it so stiff? Why is it so stiff? Just feel your ears and just tell me, why is it so stiff, your ears? But if it is okay, if you say there is bone, then how can it be so flexible? There is no bones in the ear. So there is cartilage. Okay, there is cartilage. In your nose also, in between, there is cartilage. Okay, it is flexible. Okay, it is a flexible tissue. Cartilage is a flexible tissue. It is strong, but it is a flexible tissue. Okay, that for chickens and all, for those things you eat, generally chickens and, yeah, in chickens only, but there in all the organism cartilage is found, but I'm saying the example of chicken because it is the most widely used meat. So in the chickens you can find that white thing. Okay, that is the cartilage. Okay, so all those are connective tissue. So blood is a type of connective tissue. Okay, blood is liquid, and therefore it is also known as liquid connective tissue. Okay, and in the blood, first is there are formed elements. What are formed elements? All of you know blood cells, right? Blood cells are there. So those blood cells will form the formed elements. So formed elements are nothing but the blood cells. Okay, three types of blood cells are there that we'll get to know like later. Okay, so the blood, in the blood there are formed elements. That is the blood cell. And second is, sorry. Okay, second is the plasma. Plasma is found in the blood. That is a liquid part of the blood. Fluid matrix or plasma, same thing. It is almost the same thing. Okay, not exactly the same thing, but it is almost the same thing. So the fluid matrix or the plasma, that is the liquid part of the blood. Blood is liquid, right? But the cells, they are not liquid. Cells are not liquid. Formed elements, that's why formed elements will not be liquid, because they are just the cells. Okay, but the liquid part of the blood is the plasma. Okay, the liquid part of the blood is the plasma. So the blood consists of fluid matrix, plasma, and formed elements. Okay, we will discuss about each. So first is plasma. Plasma, if you have seen patients in the hospital, some patients are required to like give plasma.
Ma'am,
Right.
how can plasma help for corona patient?
Yes, that we will get to know here. See, in this point, globulins present in plasma. Right. We will discuss about that. So, we will discuss about that. Don't worry. Okay. So plasma, it is a pale yellowish color. Okay, it is the pale yellowish color. Pale yellow. It is the color of a straw. It is pale yellowish color, brownish yellow like that, or it is straw color. Okay, that is the color of a plasma. If you have seen plasma, few of you have seen maybe in hospitals and stuff like that. Some people are required to give plasma. So now for what to say, COVID patients and earlier the dengue patients, dengue those patients also required plasma. Okay, so plasma is pale yellow color, and maximum most of the means content of plasma, it is water. Here you can see 90 to 92% of the plasma, it is water. Okay, maximum part of the plasma, it is water, which means maximum part of the blood, it is also water, right? Because blood is made up of plasma and plasma is made up of water. Most of the part of plasma is made up of water. So you can say that the majority of the portion of the what to say human blood, it is water. That's why it is liquid. Okay, then there are proteins in plasma. Okay, there are three types of proteins in plasma. First is fibrinogen, second is globulins, and the third is albumin. Okay, three types of proteins are present in the plasma of human blood. The proteins are fibrinogen, globulins, and albumin. Okay, so fibrinogen, it is needed for clotting and coagulation. What is clotting? What is blood clotting? Do you know what is blood clotting? Even though you cannot explain, do you know what is blood clotting? Don't know. Okay.
Stopping of bleeding.
Mhm. Yes, bleeding. Yes. What?
Ma'am, when blood come out, the stopping of bleeding is for clotting.
Ah, yes, yes. Okay. So what happens is that like when you get a cut, okay, deep cut, not in your like what to say veins and arteries, not there, but just you got a cut, okay, maybe in the palm of your hand or somewhere, okay, you got a deep cut. But uh, if the major like what to say blood vessels are damaged, if the major blood vessels are damaged, then you may lose blood. It has nothing to do with blood clotting. Okay, even though you have so rich blood clotting mechanism in your body, even if the like blood vessels are cut, then you will be in deep trouble. Okay, that is left aside. Okay, but just imagine you have a deep cut on your like palm of your hand or somewhere. Okay, no major blood vessels are damaged. No major blood vessels are damaged. Normally, what happens? You don't have to go to a doctor. You just apply some medicines, and also if you don't apply medicine, it'll be okay by its own. Okay, you just have to tie it up, and after some time, the blood flow, it will stop. Okay, it will stop. But if there is no blood clotting, even from a minor cut, you are most likely to die by loss of blood. Okay, so blood clotting means what? When you have a cut and when like blood flows at certain point, like after 2-3 minutes, the blood flow, it will stop. It stops. Generally, it stops for all you people. Okay, for all the people, generally blood flow, it stops. Not only people, not only human beings, for other animals also. So blood flow, it stops. Okay, but what happens? Uh, why does it why means blood flow stops? Because their clotting mechanism happens. Okay, what is clotting mechanism? The blood, it becomes thick. Blood becomes thick. It forms like meshes of net sort of structure, and it forms like it thickens up. Blood is generally liquid. It thickens up, and then stops the it stops the blood flow, and it stops the wound. Okay, so that no more blood can flow. But if you don't have fibrinogen, that is the blood clotting factor, if you don't have fibrinogen, then there will be no blood clotting. Even from the small wound, the blood will flow non-stop. It will flow. You cannot stop the flow of blood. Do you think by tying it around with a cloth you can stop the flow of blood? No. No, you cannot. It is because your body has that mechanism that blood clots. That is, it becomes solid. Okay, it becomes solid, though not entirely solid. It becomes like thick and then solid, and then it coats the cutting. That is why when blood flow, it stops. That is known as blood coagulation. Okay, this fibrinogen, fibrinogen is a protein that is present in the blood that is responsible for blood clotting. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay, that is responsible for blood clotting. Then there is globulins. So these globulins are responsible for defense mechanism in the body. What is defense mechanism in the body? You have immunity, right? Like for example, I'll make it short because we don't have much time today. Vanilla meant to last for so long. Okay. For example, if you have pox, smallpox or pox in your childhood, if you have pox, then once you have pox, you will not have pox in your life again. In a lifetime, normally you have pox only once. If it occurs twice, then you will not survive. So normally, it occurs only once, and if you have not suffered from pox, normally in the childhood only pox occurs, but it is deadly to the adult. Okay, if someone suffers from pox. So if someone is there who is not suffered from pox till now, if you find some child or somewhere people suffering from pox, just stay away, because if you happen to infect yourself with pox, you are less likely to survive. Okay, the child, they survives, no doubt, but that's why it is good if you have pox in your childhood, so that you will be immune. Well, how you will be immune is that virus, right? That virus, your body will produce antibodies against that virus, and that antibodies will stay in your body forever. Okay, that antibody will stay in your body forever, and that is known as memory cells. Okay, that is known as memory cells, and those memory cells will serve as, like, next time when you get attacked by that virus, those memory cells will directly go and destroy that virus, and that's why you will not be infected by that disease, by pox. Therefore, it only occurs once. Same way for COVID-19. The COVID-19 patients, the survivors of COVID-19, the survivors of COVID-19, those patients have already developed antibodies in their body, right, to fight against the coronavirus. That is why now government is asking for like plasma donation of those COVID patient survivors, so that their plasma will already contain the antibodies to fight against the COVID-19 virus, COVID virus. Okay, that is why if you take that plasma, your body will be immune to that virus. That is why it is asking for donation. Someone asked me about the COVID situation, right? That is because this globulins present in the plasma, in the blood, they will contain the antibodies to fight against the COVID virus. Okay. Okay, I think I'll end because it will. I'll discuss this albumins and plasma clotting factors all this next class. Okay, because I have a class next from 11. Also, I have a class. Also, this meeting, it will stop abruptly, and I won't be able to collect your roll numbers. I guess all of you have given your attendance. If you have any doubts from this portion, you can ask me next class. Okay, and we will continue from this globulins again next class. Thanks. Okay, thank you. Next class, you can ask for any doubts if you have any doubts. Okay, thank you.